Today in our Mazda CX-3, we'll be having a look at our best trailer wiring options. This one here is our Curt. This is part number C56300. Then we have our Tekonsha option. This is part number 118718. The first biggest difference that we found between our two options here today is in regards to power output. Our Curt wiring harness has a total power output of 6 amps for our taillight and running light circuit, and 3 amps for each one of our turn signal and brake light circuits. Whereas on our Tekonsha wiring harness, we have 7.5 amps of power output for our taillight and running light circuit, and a total power output of 5 amps for each one of our turn signals and brake light circuits. So what this means is that our Tekonsha wiring harness has more power output rated for it. And this is important, especially if you're towing a trailer that has incandescent light bulbs. They draw more power, so with the Tekonsha harness, you'll be able to run 1 or 2 more light bulbs per side with this wiring harness. If you're using LED lights on your trailer, it's not really an issue. Both wiring harnesses should be able to run basically as many LEDs as you want on your trailer. The next biggest difference that we found is in regards to construction quality. If we have a look at our Tekonsha wiring harness here, where all of our wires go into our Tekonsha module right here, the module itself is sealed up nicely with some silicone sealant. This will prevent any moisture or contamination getting inside, damaging any of the circuitry. If we have a look at the Curt, you can see where the wires go into the box, it's not really sealed. And it's a 2-piece design where there's a top half and a bottom half of the module. So the potential is there for moisture and dirt and debris to get inside. However, since this is stored inside the vehicle, you really don't need to worry about it too much, but if you were to have a spill inside your vehicle, just something to keep in mind that stuff could get inside here and potentially damage the harness. Now, both of our wiring harnesses are 4-pole flat wiring harnesses. So what these are going to allow you to do is safely and legally tow a trailer and have the necessary lighting functions that are required by law. You'll have your tail lights, your running lights, your turn signals, and your brake lights. They both have dust covers to help protect them when they are not in use. And both of these wiring harnesses are designed to be stored inside the vehicle when they're not in use. They'll simply tuck up underneath your spare tire cover and be stored out of the way. Both of them also plug in line with your factory lights on the vehicle. There is no cutting or splicing. You simply disconnect the factory wiring harness from the tail light, plug this in place in between the tail light and the wiring harness, and that's it. No cutting, no splicing. Don't have to worry about voiding the warranty on your vehicle either. Both of them come with everything you need in order to install them as well. We'll have our necessary power wire to connect from our control module to our vehicle's battery. We'll have our fuse holders, our fuses, the butt connectors that we need, and several zip ties to secure up our wire along the way as we install it. If we have a look at the CX-3 that we have over here today, we have the Curt wiring harness installed, and we'll show you how it works. The Tekonsha wiring harness will be very similar. We'll lift up on our secondary spare tire cover, grab our 4-pole wiring out, drape it flat over our weather stripping away from our trunk latch, close our trunk over it. As you can see, we'll have an adequate length of wire going down next to the receiver on our hitch, making it easy for us to hook up to our trailer. And the Tekonsha will be exactly the same as this. It will be stored inside the vehicle in the same manner, so they both look pretty much the same once installed. When we're not using it, what's great about it is we can store it inside out of the way. You just lift up on your cover here, stick it inside. You can even stick it underneath this cover if you wanted to as well, but we're just putting it underneath this one for right now. As you can see, you can load your cargo in and out of the vehicle without a problem, without snagging on any of the wires. Now for a brief summary. As far as power output goes, we found the Tekonsha wiring harness to be a much better option here because it does have a higher power output. As far as construction quality goes, we found the Tekonsha wiring harness to win here as well because it does seem to be a little bit better built. And as far as easy use goes, we found both wiring harnesses to be equal here because they both function the exact same way. And that completes our look at the best trailer wiring options on the Mazda CX-3. We hope you find this video helpful and informative in your wiring purchasing decision.